Good day. Today we are interviewing Sister Christy. Sister Christy, what's your full name?
My name is Christophine. I'm here.
What is your date of birth and the place where you were born?
1933, the 26th of March.
And where you were born?
Right here in Seaview Farm. It's called St. George's Parish.
Did you always live in Seaview Farm?
Yes.
Who were your parents?
My father's name was Isa Samuel. And my mother's name was Erna Greenaway.
And your how many sisters and brothers you have?
Look, I have in all, let me see, 7 sisters. That is alive.
What's their
5
name?
on my mother's side and 2 on my father's side.
What are their names?
Mrs. Leonie Roberts
Okay.
and Mrs. Jackie George. That was the 2 from my father's side. And then the other 5 is Mrs. Elfrida Joseph, Irma Island, Yolanda Island, Mrs. Minerva Samuel, and Miss Joycelyn Simon.
And your brother?
I have 8 brothers alive.
Wow. Come from a very big family.
My father have 9 sons. My father have 12 children. I was the first. Since we have 9 sons, 1 with my mother and the other 8 with his wife.
And what are your brothers' names?
Ronan Samuel, Evan Samuel, Joseph Samuel, Ellsworth Samuel, Lauren Samuel, Christopher Samuel, Clement Samuel, and Darwell Samuel.
Okay. Were you always a Moravian?
Yes.
Were you christened there?
Yes.
When were you christened?
Maybe when I was about 3 months or so, because my mother said they never christened too early. And then I was christened on a Friday morning.
Okay.
Because when you're not married, they don't christen the babies them in the church, in the congregation as you do it now. Right? So, I just can't remember the pastor who blessed me. Let's call it christening. But I know he was Christopher. Trevor, could you tell me on that plaque outside what the pastor name? Because we never say pastor, just say pastor.
I know it's a Christopher on there for sure,
Yes, it's a
but
Christopher.
I don't remember the first name.
He's short. She was a short man, but he's a very a strict ruler.
It's the same one.
Right? I could tell you something when we were walking, because we received before we were confirmed. And when we were walking for confirmation, we were right down there where they call the picnic mama camp. And here we were. So when the pastor said, you all stand, 4 little me, can't stand up. And he asked, what happened? I said, pastor, then tie my band behind on the chair.
So they were playing tricks in confirmation class.
Yeah, man. And so, he said, you all go home. You're not going to confirm you all. So we went home and we never tell our parents nothing at all about this business. All of us planned and went back up the Thursday afternoon. And all of us go humble ourselves and begging pardon. So our parents never know that up to the time.
Speak about your Sunday school experience then.
Yeah. We used to go to church every Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. And we'd go back to Sunday school at 4 o'clock. Okay? But we had good times. Right to the church there where you see those boys play the game. Right? Shiver. Right where you see those boys play game in a churchyard up there. That wasn't Lebanon churchyard. The things that you all did do up there, it never happened before until now. Right? Raspberry Tree was right east of the church where they play the game. And I'm not going down the burial ground. It has raspberry tree, but a house was down there. They say it was teacher lived down there.
A house?
Yes. Upstairs, downstairs house was, you see when the Davis people and them bury like we are, your mother and bury. A house was down there.
In the church, in
the burial ground.
Okay. Interesting. Can you remember the superintendent and
I
the
would
teachers?
tell you about Wilson Green. And I would tell you about Teacher Maisie. Again, let me give you history because I tell you when you talked to me yesterday. All those where you have the bench coming in from the front door was pews. Both sides. Right up to where you have the ark, the piano. And both sides. Then the other side was the same thing. But if your parents, if you're not a parent to those pews, you can't sit in them.
Oh.
It was one straight thing where we tell you from the west balcony, all the mothers with, that's what they call it, picnic mama can. From that area, they go right in front for your confirmation and funeral business. There was free for you to sit down.
So that's why they call it camp. That's where the name came from.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the north balcony was all the men sit there on Sunday morning. And Sunday morning with the men, it's not like now. Men don't hardly go to church.
So it used to be full.
Yes, especially when missionary time. We just stand up over a little, let this low, we do a blind door and look out to see everybody coming down from upper church. We was that poor that we could not dress up and go. But that road you see there now was what you call the Flintstone Road. Until in 1950 they paved the road. And again, back over there where the funeral when people put the other balcony from the south side, the organ was up there and the choir was up there. And everybody for you, whichever was on the choir. Uncle and auntie, cousin. You serious, you know? Uncle Donald, all the Robert men and the women, and Thelma and all of them was on the choir.
Okay. What did you like most about church?
We had to go to church. We compelled to go to church. Like when you hear from Easter time, from the time all the week start, every night we would be up there until the 5 o'clock Sunday morning when it's Easter Sunday morning.
Okay. So children used to go to church.
Yes. Sunday.
Easter Sunday morning at 5? Okay. Speak about your confirmation. Like your text, if you can remember your text or hymn.
I can't remember.
You can remember. You remember the pastor?
That's what I remember the pastor.
For confirmation.
Yes, it's the same pastor.
The same pastor?
Yes.
Okay, so you was here a long time then.
Well, I tell you, if I was born 1933, well, come from 1933 until now. And because I remember when God put something within you, He don't take it out.
So you're saying that the pastor who christened you is the pastor
Who
who
received
confirmed.
me and
Yes.
confirmed me.
Okay, and you remember what age you were received and confirmed?
I think I
About 13 or
was
so?
15 or so.
Okay, good. Okay. Who were the ministers that were there over the years that you can remember? Or who that you could bring to mind that you most like, you were fond of?
Look, I don't know who to tell you about. It has Reverend Smith. He was the auntie. He was a white man.
Any one of them had any impact on your, the greatest impact on your life, or that you can remember?
When we was young, we just go to church and come back down. We never studied to be in contact with the pastor when Sunday and so over.
Oh, so you just go to church and then you go home. You don't like ask the pastor questions. Or what about in confirmation class? You never interact with him, speak to him, or anything like that?
We always to make certain sure we know our lesson. Because remember, when confirmation, you have to answer the question then.
Okay.
But you could misbehave. Confirmation is a serious thing when it comes. We weren't like those young people nowadays, right? And we answer bright. We answer bright.
How would you say the church affected your private life or your everyday life?
I never make them kind of things bother me. No, if I have something to do, for instance, yesterday afternoon, I knew that when the sun sets, you finish from outside. So I try to do my business so that I can meet when the sun sets. I am not outside.
Okay, because you know you're Seventh-day Adventist now. Okay. With the church activities that happen then, the harvest, missionary, Christmas.
Well, we just have what you call the little mission box. So we just go around and beg the missionary, right?
For the children?
Yes.
Okay.
And if our box full, we carry it back up for them to take and give us back the box. But missionary in our days, it was good and right. I don't know for now because I don't go to Moravian.
I understand. What about harvest?
And the
at
harvest
the time?
used to be real. The church used to be full with fruit and vegetables and whatnot.
And they had the canes like standing up and the coconut, the jelly.
Yes.
Okay. So it's
Vegetable, anchovy, pie and whatnot.
Yeah. Did you attend any church picnics? They had church picnics at that time.
Yeah, but I couldn't go less. It was a time when my dear said, Christy, I'm going to send you to picnic with Cousin Irene. But when the time right, I see her not picking any movement. I never ask her if she's not going to send me again. You know why? Because things wasn't easy at that time. And I was sensible enough to know my dear can't make it. So I didn't never ask her if she's not sending me again.
My dear was your mother. That's her nickname.
That's
dear.
my dear. When I say my dear, she's our mother.
Yes.
And before we go call her by her name, it's best we say my dear.
Oh, so you don't say my mommy or anything?
No, that's my dear.
So all her kids used to call her my dear?
Yes.
I can remember her.
I tell you how we come to call her my dear. You know who is that, Gladys? You know Mabel Williams' mother?
I remember Mabel Williams, but not her mother.
Yes, Brother
I
Gladys.
believe Trevor did.
Yes. So we just say, Erna, and she say, no, 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 same idea. And so we go with same idea. Because she was my second mother. When Sunday school of afternoon time, everybody coming home asking, what did him name again? What did him be? Because if we don't know the hymn and the text, which I tell you that we used to call it the golden text. Okay? So we asking questions from each other because when we get home, we want our food. And if you don't, you can't say the hymn or the text, you're not going to get food until you can remember. You can't do any children that nowadays.
That is so true. So Sunday school used to start at 4.
Yeah.
And about how long it used to last?
Maybe an hour or so.
And then when you go home, is when you would eat dinner.
Yes.
So you're saying if you didn't remember your memory verse or your golden text at that time, you're not getting your food.
Until you remember. That means when you go, you have to open your brains and your mind so that you can get it to carry it back home.
So you went to bed without food any time because of that?
No, I won't tell you yet.
Anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, because let me tell you something. You see the church building, you see where the step is, Trevor, like when you come out from the front door, so you put a little high thing go down here. You see before you are built, right in the corner from the mission, from the north door, that the pastor used to walk go in, because they never come from front door, you know. They just walk there, go in. So it has a line of stones. And the water that comes from off of the church roof just go underneath that line of stone and go into Mission Pass. You see it has something like the chaff deer. Well, right between deer, you go a stony path. So if you don't know about it before, you understand, you will know the meaning of those stones. But it's the water was coming from after the church with the spouting, go underneath there, send the water back into Mission Pan. And Mission Pan was our water business, our water pan that we could go, like when we're dry, we go and get water there, and we can go over the back of by the bush and wash, and then go back home.
So you used to take clothes up there to
back over, not back. You see where the pan be? You see behind by the bush. It was clean and nice, so we just go behind here. So the water don't go back to the pan, it go down to the hill.
So was the water brown or clear?
It's not clear, but it could wash well. You could wash up there and go home, go hang out. Not to say you go home and rinse out.
Wow. So you used to do a lot of up and down then?
Yes. And we just go all over here, we go look wood and grass to burn the coal pot. You think I work nowadays? I work light.
That's what I'm told.
I work light. Yes. So, so let me tell you with Reverend Christophine, if you know, behave yourself, you just come slap you in the face and so on.
Really? And you dare not go and tell your parents, right? Or would he tell your parents that you misbehave?
I don't know that one because I never have to go misbehave.
Okay. That is good. Thank you so much.